another one for this, because you also mentioned my turn is coming, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes this patience, this thing of waiting, we don't like it. I mean, we go to the restaurant. They say, "Oh, it's gonna take 6 minutes." Don't give me that. Give me something else, because you want to do this.
That's the problem. See, it's called about you talking about a stable foundation. You have to. It's like being an athlete. You got to work out. Whatever. If you're playing basketball, football, soccer, tennis, rowing, you got to work out.
Yeah.
Gotta work out. So of course, while you're waiting, there's things that you gotta cultivate. There's things that you gotta administer to. When I go into the supermarket, Jen, I did stand in the longest line. I deliberately stand in the longest line because that's where I can practice my patience. Patience is key in the answer to success, because it's some things don't have overnight. When you see people blow up, baby, they been working behind the scenes. This is not yesterday thing for them.
Right.
But then you got people who do get those instant gratification of moments where they're on the scene and things is just so abundant for them. They don't survive because they wasn't ready. That God had already planned for this, but they wasn't preparing to be ready to be where God opened the door for them. That's why we gotta be ready. We gotta be ready. We got to wait. I tell people, God will lift the weight while you wait. The heavy weight.
Yeah.
That heavy weight while you wait.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
That's why it's okay to stand in the longest line in the grocery store. It's okay. You know what? Tell the truth, Jen. I do the 3-person rule when I'm driving. I put in Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. After that, nobody else can get in front of me. Nope, not today. I done gave it already. But I say all to say is this. Sometimes it's okay. People are so much in a hurry.
Yes.
They so much just to go nowhere. They get stuck at a light.
Take the light.
You did all of that. And so what God showed me in the spirit was that imagine that every light that you stop at, every red, every second that you're at a red is a moment you can have a conversation. You will go through more red while you drive than you would green light. But if you could discipline yourself that every red light that you stop at, how many times do you think you be praying today or having a conversation with God? But people so rushed.
Yeah.
I think I said this earlier, and I really want to hone in on this. You don't need man's permission when God gave you the permit. God already ordained and authorized your greatness. You don't need permission from folks. You don't need their permission. And we have to get in a mindset of not focusing on what others are doing, where they're going, but focus on what God has called us to do. Because again, when we focus on what God has called us to do, remember, we could be the Josephinas or the Josephs of our families to bring our families out of famished situations. And we could be the Jobs of our relationships with forgiveness and receive everything that God says we can have, because we have the ability to help and intercede on the behalf of somebody else. That's what I want people to get. I love Joseph and Job's story. I love it because I understand where I'm at. And I embrace those butler experiences. You're going to be remembered. Keep showing those that good wisdom, and keep helping other folks. Even though they may forget you, but Joseph never got offended because that butler didn't remember him at that time. But when his time came, he was ready. Ready.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're not ready. So God says so. But don't walk in it with anger, being mad. Stay humble. Stay spirit filled and spirit led. Your time is coming. The time. So.
Right. Our time is coming. So good.